This one is just 2019. What is something you regret? And
I got a big one. I got a big one. So, one big thing that I regret in 2019 is something I actually did, on here, on streams and YouTube videos and stuff like that. Is I actually, I went out in the real world. I got a job. I completely changed. Just about changed myself, everything that I'm into and what I do. And when I did that, I did not balance my time. I didn't know how to balance my time well at all. And when I went and got a job and I went and did stuff, I stepped away from content creation completely. And I wish I could go back and kind of help myself be better at time management to where I didn't walk away from everybody that watched me. And I mean, everybody understood. I told everybody. I didn't just disappear. Just at the time, at the age, and stuff like that. I had no idea how to, combine everything and keep it going. So, I just kind of stepped away. And once you step away, like completely, it's hard to come back, man. It's you want to do. I mean, CD knows this. CD's actually stepped away, and he's actually come back. And it's a hard thing to do. And I still don't know if CD's back completely.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say like, because I was gonna say that also as far as just like, just dealing with the same issue also, just really just getting caught up with the real world, and it's really, I just really had a hard time just trying to struggle, just with trying to balance everything, and then eventually with dealing with the content creation and trying to deal with the real world stuff, you can kind of get burnt out per se. And so the main thing that I would, kind of get rid of, well, not get rid of, but like, I wouldn't have energy for it, would be the content creation. And I kind of, just looking back at throughout the year, I'm really, kind of disappointed in myself in how I handled it, because I really want to be there for the people that support me. But, you know how life goes, and it's really a struggle. Yeah, so absolutely. That's definitely like one of the things that I'm really disappointed in, and I'm really going to try to improve on coming 2020, because I really, I really love the people that support me, and I really love the people, just really love doing this as a whole. So I really want to make time for it, and so I'm gonna definitely work on that towards the 2020, starting a new decade. So
I'll say this before I pass my torch. My ex-girlfriend actually knows about this podcast, and I'm pretty sure she listens sometimes. So you know what, you my year up. So you ruined my fucking year. You ruined my fucking year. Okay. Biggest regret. Okay.
You upset my son.
Okay.
I don't appreciate it.
All right, let's okay, I'm ready to pass the torch. I'm good. I had to get that off my chest.
It's okay, my boy. It's okay. Let it go. Let me stop. Okay.
No, please, no. Please. Please, please do not sing that song.
I will not sing that song.
What song?
We're not even gonna go there.
No.
We're not even gonna go there. No. We're not getting banned. All right, so I got actually two. Funny thing is, one of them is like a lifetime regret. Well, up to this point, but let's start with the real spit, which is the 2019 spit. I feel like my greatest regret in terms of 2019 would have to be being too, it's like being too kind. It's like I'm one of those type of dudes where I give too many chances. Like, I try to be reasonable, but a lot of times there have been a lot of instances where those people will take advantage of that, and somehow, some way, it always screws me over. I've been betrayed so many times, whether it's a viewer or a former associate that was once a stream, like, that I once associated with as like streamer or whatever the case may be. You know, I've just been hit so many times, and it's like I finally got fed up. I real talk, like I already banned one person, like real quick, because like dude tried to, you know, like profit or get some extra by, you know, putting DMing people as Discord, and you know, like he would DM every Discord his Discord, like that's, and say that junk is not self-promotion. Yes, it is. Like it's like talking to that dude was like watching paint dry.
Yeah,
The problem is paint actually dries. He doesn't. Now, the last regret is more of a lifetime thing. I know I shouldn't have threw that in there, but I figured I'd throw that in there because that is something that I'm working on, like as of right now. And you know, like throughout my life, I've been bullied, blah blah blah, all because of the glasses and everything. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a cream puff. Okay, I was very weak-minded, you know, when I was in high school and all that, because, you know, I always got picked on because I was so soft in terms of my attitude. And, you know, I get upset so easily. And because of all of that, that really kind of like, let's say that just kind of ruined my charisma, if I would. Yeah, that's the best way to say it. Ruined my charisma to the point where a lot of things I would kind of shy away from. And I was more of a withdrawn person. And due to all of that, you know, I didn't really, it's not that, you know, I could talk to women fine, but I never really made an effort to actually get involved in a relationship. I did, and when I do, I get triggered real quick. Whether it's somebody do something stupid, like tell me to tuck my damn shirt in at the theater, I'm like,
bro, I remember that, dude.
I'm not doing that.
Really?
Like, yeah, legit told me that. Tuck my shirt, dude. I don't need a second mother, okay?
I'd be like, I'm sorry, I just got off work. Who are you?
You know, so I literally shot that shit down real quick. I didn't even call. I didn't attempt anything. I said nothing. It was done. Now, like, that is slowly changing. You know, like, I actually, you know, met somebody and I worked with them for about 2 years or whatever. So, yeah, we're going to see how that goes in the year 2020. So, we'll see how that goes.
I guess I'm up.
Yeah, I'll go up because it seems like Street Fighter 5 Super #1 motherfucker right here.
that statement right there should have been Dino's #1 regret. Dead ass.
No, but straight up, I'll go straight up.
Okay.
My biggest regret for 2019, all right, it probably stems back from the beginning of the year when I went to PAX, all right, was not knowing what I know now, all right, and it probably would have changed a lot of things knowing what I know now, and I probably wouldn't have associated myself with a certain person, you know, if I knew it. But my biggest regret most definitely, is making friends with a total fuckboy that uses a friendship for his own gain. That's my biggest regret. And I hope it don't happen to nobody damn else. I hope everyone has a genuine friendship and shit like that with people. But for me, I mean, like now it made me wiser to just not let that many people into my little circle. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the worst, man.
Yeah, I
Sure.
mean, especially everything I have the last couple of months, like that. I mean, that type of thing has been weighing on me because I'm the one that was closest to it. You feel me?
Right.
And I just pretty much I just want to be stronger and wiser for the future, and just be like, man, fuck that clown. I got shit to do. I got things to do.
Oh my god. Whoever did, was that Venge? Was that Venge?
That was on me.
Son of a bitch.
Gotta have the sound effects, bro.
After Dino, I got something to say, so I'll hold it. Go for
Man,
it.
bro, you always got something to say.
I
so
know.
fucking say it.
Nah,
just say it.
I'm waiting for Dino. Nah, I'm gonna be
No,
fair.
say it right now.
Get it out, bro. Get it out,
So
man.
in 2019, you know, I'm just saying a lot of shit went wrong for me. A lot of stuff went right. I'm very blessed. But you know, in 2020, we're keeping the grass short. We're seeing the snakes. I'm not wearing my heart on my sleeves. If you guys know me, you'll know that I'm the type of person I'll do whatever I can for you as long as I'm able. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will give you the shirt off, you know, my back for you. Like that's straight up how it is. And you know, I've had my heart broken this year. I've had, you know, straight up mentalities changed over friends this year of who to trust. You know, can I have my friends? Luckily I've had this group right here to fall back on, because I've never questioned this group. I think it's amazing. But as far as my real life stuff goes, I hope to work on that, and that's my biggest regret in 2019 is doing too much for people that have no interest in putting any effort forward to me. So.
That's true. I wouldn't even say for me is that, like, just real quick, I wouldn't even say for me as far as like putting a lot of effort in people, you know, that don't really care about me. I would just really say about like just putting in effort a lot of people, not really being, you know, selfish, because, you know, I'm the type of person that's like, even though sometimes I don't really want to do it, I still go out of my way to help people out the best way I can, and that can really get in the way of what I have going on.
Right.
So I definitely say, like, you know, come, you know, 2020 and moving forward, I have to be a little bit more selfish to the point, you know, I have to really, you know, do what's best for me at the end of the day sometimes.
Treat yourself like a king when no one else does.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a great way to phrase that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all right, now Dino's good.
Well, hold on, I'm gonna add on to that.
Oh my!
I'm gonna add on.
I'm sorry, Dino.
No,
Sorry,
no,
Dino.
if you ever have the fucking discomfort and you ever think that you ain't shit, just look in the mirror and just be like, yeah, I'd fuck me. All right, and then you're done.
It's
Dino, you got the floor, sir.
All right. I actually have a few things. First off, I let my YouTube channel with no uploads this entire year. I'm not the happiest when it came to that, but I had my reasons. This was my best year for streaming ever. Like, this was insane. Like, I've had the best support this freaking year, but I did kind of let my YouTube channel kind of dwindle down. So what I want to do is I want to change that. I want to start uploading consistently, definitely for 2020. I had a lot of big projects that were supposed to happen in 2019, but again, I was just really focused on streaming and making sure that the community that I've got, I want them to have somewhere to stay and have something to enjoy. So I was very heavy on the streams, and streaming was definitely my priority. So one thing I definitely regret is not uploading, because I should have, and there's probably people on the YouTube side who are not on Twitch. It's definitely possible that would have loved to see if I posted a video here and there, and I should have. So that's one of my biggest regrets. My next one, overthinking. Throughout this entire year, I've been overthinking, whether it's my friends, whether it's business stuff, everything. One time, basically, when you make something like this your job, you just kind of wonder if people are there for you, if people are there for you in terms of the other way where they want to use you, or just thinking that people hate you or whatever. That overthinking thing sucks, and I think in 2019 I had some of the biggest when it came to that. So yeah, it sucked.
I can relate to you, Dino. I mean, that's pretty much, that's anxiety 101. You know what I mean?
I hate overthinking.
That's all it is anxiety.
Right. Because the problem is, like, you know, you have all those people that like you and this and that, and I'm grateful, you know, but then you have those people who are like longtime supporters, but in the shadow they're like, wow, like this freaking guy Like, look at him succeeding and stuff. Like, why didn't he help me? Like, I'm sure there's one guy that's saying that. And that's what I think. Maybe I'm overthinking that. I don't know. But there is always going to be those people that are really jealous of what you have. And it's like, as much as I'd love to help everyone, I can know if you're just there to use me. Like, if you're here for me, I know. And if you're not here for me, I know too. And that's what that's just the overthinking of it, and that's been like the worst thing for me this year. Freaking ridiculous. The last one I had, I thought about it, and I'm like, well, no. Was starting the podcast earlier. Now this was my thing before, because I had like a New Year's resolution last year.
Yeah, that's true. I remember you talking about that.
I want to start a podcast right away. Obviously, we started it really late, but I'm glad that we did, and that's why I put no by my notepad. The reason why is because if I did the podcast starting this year, this thing right now would not exist. I know that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I'm glad that because I didn't do it, we were able to make the roast house be what it is today.
That's the thing too, because like I would have probably, not because of, you know, I would prefer other people, but because of at the time a different selection of people were free when podcasts were brought up. So I think the roster would have been different.
Oh yeah.
So you know, so not only the name, I think everything just flowed perfectly with this podcast, man. Because like one day I just joked around, I threw out the name because like I was like, you know, I'm gonna do this because I'm just roast people because that's what I do all day. And
we ain't no fake ass bitches, man.
and you know, everybody was like, oh shit.
Telling you how it is and how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
y'all stripped me of my family friendly badge.
Dead ass. I feel like I have to say this. I feel like I have to say this at least once every episode.
Man, that shit made out of tinfoil, man. Get rid of it.
I think like this man Vinge is gonna get a bloody asshole with tinfoil.
What?
I mean, look. If you wipe with tinfoil, you gonna bleed.
I don't wipe with no freaking tinfoil. What the hell?
I don't know. Somebody said tinfoil. I was a little uncomfortable.
I'm like, dude, like, I mean, I'm already like worried about other things. I don't need to worry about tinfoil.
Don't worry. Flash confirmed it. He already knows your ass bleeds when you wipe your ass with tinfoil.
Dude.
Of course it does. It might have been a dare, man. I don't.
Exposed.
Might have been a dare.
I don't know. I mean, it's just, you know, random stuff comes to my head. I don't know. It's just one of those, you know. I mean,
it's the ridges, bro.
I mean, it's like when looking at nappy. It's one of those things like where you're taking a shit. It's like you're shitting so damn hard. It's like your asshole starts to bleed, and you realize toilet paper ain't gonna cut it. You need baby wipes.
Yeah.
Like, you know. No, it wasn't supposed to be, but it works as well.
I guess.
But
how did we get to this point?
But you know, I mean,
randomness.
I don't know. It's
randomness.
Just bloody assholes, man. What are you gonna do?
Anyways, oh my god, let's get off this topic, please.
Hold on.
It's funny that y'all say that as far as it's like how the podcast flowed together, because I was just, you know, I was talking about you guys about it and how I did a little podcast with some of my college friends, you know, for a little bit. That died off, and I was thinking about for the longest this year. I was like, okay, I want to get like a solo podcast, you know, going in 2020 in the works. And I didn't really know, you know, as far as like you guys' interest in it, as far as like, you know, the podcast. I know that, you know, Flash talked about it. Donald's been talking about it all year, so I knew that. And just when everything, how like you flow together and seeing how it's becoming now, it's been really dope for sure. And I'm glad, you know,
my original plan was just like CDs, just start it solo and just like have a guest or something.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But what we're doing is special.
That's why I like this. I'm glad that we went with that.
I'm gonna like.
I can't give it up now.
This thing's perfect, dude.
Like, as much as it would have been cool to do like a solo thing, have guests every time, you know, and people can hear like perspectives of all these different people. I
Mhm.
kind of thought about it, and I was like, you know what? At the same time, not many people would care about every single guest that's on the thing. So the
Right.
fact that it's all of us in this, and everyone gets to know all of us every
Yeah.
single episode, all the time, like it's more of a community thing. I think this would have
Yeah,
worked
this is
out
dope
better.
as hell.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
Right.
dope.
whew, I love this, dude.
Yeah.